And we are back. Um, nope, not what I wanted. Already give myself a haircut. We're good. It's not like I changed anything, but okay. Wrong bell. Summoning bell. Oh. I at least gotta get a little more up there. I was gonna change his gear at some point. Jeez. Okay, fine. Oh. Okay. Whatever. His max level will be 93. He's only a level 6 rogue. We can work around that. 6,000 gil. What does he have on sale right now? Oh yeah, I forgot I sold all this stuff on him. I kind of want to send them on ventures just cause to level up their class. Fiore, let's send you on a venture. Darian's not gonna get too high. Wait. Yeah, Darian's not gonna get too high. Neither will Naaman. Demius will be fine. Virus will be fine. I think I wanted to change these two, but I don't know what I want to change them into. And thus have to re-level them. Because it's a class I don't play. Yeah, because Darian's a summoner. Okay. I want to get everyone in their 40s and then I'll call that. Alright, let's go. Alright, what are we doing again? Where are we meeting? The jazz music still throws me. Trust you to be the keenness to head out, Sapphire. Where's... yeah, even really. But where are Aaronville and Wuklamon, I wonder? Oh, good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we were thinking of visiting. I don't know who I want to visit first. I give you credit for taking the initiative at least. What do you mean, at least? I'm honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. I was gonna give him link pearls. What's this? It's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. The Tuliolol saga features a number of Tyrol clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Ak Hanu, is located on Koza Mauka. The other small fellow is of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folks from Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wachun Pelo, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurous instinct of yours to work for us, Sapphire? Pick our destination. short episode. Yeah, that's not happening. I know myself too well. Alright, let's do it. So, what is it you'd like to know? The route to Okhanu. We go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kozamaka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart, several people injured, if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. Do you still plan on going? I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing, thank you. Alright. Very well then. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by the storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kozamauka, I'm still trying to figure out how to say that one. We should head over to the Arch. We'll be back to talk to you in good time, Master Merchant. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill of whatever that was. It's all been arranged. A lot of these I have to hear how they say it again because I'm just like, I don't remember.
Kozamauka, the land of rainbow terraces.
Okay, so I have been
Commands the
saying it
gaze
right.
of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the Marcy Trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
The Isle of Ham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before. Come on. Okanu isn't much farther.
There's no stopping the third promise, is there? A good thing she is Aaronville to keep her from getting lost. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Right, let's get moving. If we continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. I still feel like I honestly still feel like Aaronville is one of the children. Just for the XP. Everyone has arrived, and none the worse for wear. Except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite my explicit warnings. Hey, I asked you not to say anything. Anyway, this is the Hanu village I was telling you about. Okanu. That reminds me. Piety. I don't know why I have so much piety stuff. It's like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I can only assume they're still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed. Well, let's do what we came to do and find the selector. Ohokali. What now? It's a Hanu greeting. Surely you heard it the last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Yeah, that tracks. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Zanuhali, welcome you to Akanu. As elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of elector during the rite of succession. So our idea about the electors was correct. We just do as Papa said and retrace his path from the saga. I'm ready. Give me the feat and test my worth. I have a feeling this is not going to go the way she thinks. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. bit, then we might pick up some clues about the feat, prepare ourselves. That's surprisingly prudent of you. What, you think I'm being too cautious? No, I'm impressed is all. You admire and respect your father, who is prone to decisive action, so I expected you to rush in first and ask questions later. Or never. I do look up to Papa, but you should know that he has a pragmatic side too. The head of reason is the thinker who takes time to consider all the possibilities. With the long naps he takes these days, though, the head of resolve is less restrained by his wisdom. I can't fault you for thinking that's all there is to him, but there's more to the Dawn servant you've seen thus far. I should like to speak to the head of reason one day. Well, I'm sure you'll catch him awake soon enough. To return to the subject at hand, you wish to take a look around Akhanu then. Do some groundwork before the feat begins? Something like that. I mean, I could probably pass this test with my eyes closed, but it'll keep us busy while we're waiting. Luklamot has the right of it. As Elder Zanuhali is a resident of this village, learning more about it can only improve our chances in the feat. Might I suggest a division of forces? For instance, Aaronville, Alizé, and Cryle could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Luklamot, Sapphire, and myself will handle the northern half. Sounds good to me. And of course, first things first, we attune to the Aether Raid. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep this look, because the Graha look works for this area. So colorful and festive, I love it. You heard about the storm? I've never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and the supplies and the help the Dawn Servant sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there's so much else that was lost for good. Like what? A lot of houses still are damaged, and the Hanu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than wood and reeds. There must be something I can do to help them. I'm going to look around a bit more. I just thought about something. I should probably start also looking for my Aether Currents. Because I know there are some in the area. Oh, there's no one up here. Huh. was honestly expecting there to be someone up here. The dry sugarage bundles of just reeds were harvested some time ago. Yep, figured. I will more than likely probably do a few recordings and not stream them. Because I know I'm not going to probably be in the mood to fully stream everything. This belt must be woven from the same reeds I've seen gathered into bundles here and there. The plants hold both practical and cultural significance to the Hanu then. Hello, can you hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. We ought to hurry over too.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
You made it after all.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Oh, mercy me! You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja. Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat-giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use. What of Little Miss Mittens? You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running. Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves, and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Aaronville, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are growing? Of course, follow me. So my prediction is Wuklamot will not become Dawn's servant, but the Makote brother will. Just gut feeling. It makes the most sense that he'd be the one. Yeah, I think once I finish this area, my eighth occurrence. You can stand back. I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. Give me strength. Let's all scour the fields and help our bold leader identify anything unusual. I'm interested to see. Appear to be wilted and unhealthy. Looks fresh and clear. Cursory glance. But that's a cursory glance. The soil of the patties is as one would expect, rich in color, sustainably moist, not dry or flaky. A lethargic frog. Catches your eye. Strangely lackadaisical, it doesn't even bother to hop when it eventually scurries away. I almost wonder. Seen enough? I'll call everyone together and we can share our discoveries. Well, what do you think? Any obvious problems? I wonder if the soil is too rich. I agree, the waters look to be of good quality, as does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. Frogs and insects are unusually torpid. This suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water? We would need an alchemist to know for certain. I don't have much to add about fields, but something else occurs to me. When you described how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. They suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there's another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hanu are struggling even more to recover. The last time I visited, the village was in the middle of the festivals. You'll never see the Hanu more joyful and alive. It was an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help them out, put on the festival, give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows, maybe fixing one problem could lead us to a solution for the other. I mean, stranger things have happened. But that doesn't solve the reed issue. Isn't so strange of an idea? I also fail to see the relation between the festivals and fields. let's not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal's worth entertaining. I suppose. Besides, this is Lukalmot's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It looks like a boat woven of reeds and looks like a bird. Yeah. I know exactly where it is. In the big building to the north. Let's go and see it. There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. Well, that's because you're on your own, dude. Ernva's very practical. Alright, where are we going? This thing is totally gonna attack me, isn't it? Yep. Alright, let's have it. Yes, this is the float I remember. It does not appear... It does not appear somewhat damaged to you. Or does it not appear somewhat damaged? We should take a closer look. It's missing a gem. Bird's eye seemed to be missing a gemstone. What else are we missing? Oh. Well, that's definitely broken. How will they lift this great big vessel without any poles, carrying poles intact? These tail feathers have seen better days. I swear the colors were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Thank you, Danielle. Well, I think we can all agree this bird boat is in dire need of repair. Now, how do we go about fixing it? What's going on here? We're admiring your festival boat. 'Tis a shame it's in such poor state due to the recent storm, I gather? Yes, we had to leave it exposed while we ushered our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings. No. Ihana. That's what the festival was called. I want to help I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are in ruins. We're struggling to make repairs, and you want us to hold a festival? I know how it sounds, but giving into misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't have enough materials to prepare the float. We need a Bokixia for the missing eye, Uyuipa wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. Two of these I know. Aboxia is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and the wood is essentially for crafting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however, the winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest using wind magics, and that's something of a problem right now. We Hanu Hanu are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expand a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the efforts, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much so that they stifle the environment of the nearby plants. They must be a potent source of energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing the poor harvest this year, we've been left enervated. And if we cannot gather the correct materials as dictated by custom, we cannot repair the festival boat. Now, this is interesting. Oddly enough, we may have stumbled upon our solution. The winds chosen would, by necessity, have a natural gift for manipulating magic energies, which means any feathers taken from the victors should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction would also require a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. Arcane device, image of the float, for smithing on his foes. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. A focus? For what? Oh, Ihani Hani is a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops, so if we repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. We won't know until we try, but 'tis a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual ceremonies, these have been known to elicit miraculous effects. Wait. The float? A tool for magic? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it, but when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work and ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through years of trial and error, the Hanu would have refined their festival float into a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible. It does make sense, actually. I know you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Ihani Hani, I'm just gonna call it Hana. Reviving Hana really does sound like the solution to all your woes, and I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and the poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what is needed. Then allow Alizé and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Akhanu to gather and vie for the title of One's Chosen by sharing them our own reserves of mana. I'll go with you. I carry some alchemic brews that may afford the same effect. And I'm assuming the other three are going to help gather. Three of us will visit the shipwright then. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Lunuhanu. Nice to meet you, Lunuhanu. And certainly, let's all go together. Thanks to Wuklamat, we've found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there is something to be said for following one's instincts. The ship's name is Evu. He's a ex-brawl who only moved to Kazumalka a few years ago, but has since mastered our customs to an almost frightening degree. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make an effort to offer him a proper Hanu greeting. We wouldn't want to offend him right before asking a favor. Proper Hanu greeting? Oh, that one! Don't worry, I remember how it goes. Then we shouldn't have any problems. Let's head to Ogbek Bay, to the east of here. So we're going that way. How far over east are we talking? Like, I almost feel like it's this location here. Yep. This is Ogbek Bay, the village of All. Those who drift into Kazamalka from Tuliolal and elsewhere are welcome to live here alongside the Hanu. As for Evu, he lives and works in the House of High Waters at the top of the large nearby tree. Follow me, but I should warn you the climb up the stairs can be challenging. Oh, up there. I'm like, what is he talking about? I don't see a really big tree. And I was like, never mind.
What do you want with me?
Right. The greeting. Kali!
Oh, Kali! Good. You brought your manners with you. When in Ukanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before. You're Wuklamant. Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wokevu. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette.
Why am I getting,
Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent
Oh
head.
my
Will
god, I'm
not.
getting fruits
Keep your
fruits
head.
baskets vibes. I'm totally getting
I
fruits
hate
baskets
formalities
vibes.
anyway, so forget about it, alright?
All right then, consider it forgotten.
How prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit. What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
Well, maybe a little.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
That should save us some time.
All right then. Let's get moving.
Of course, we have our spies.
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
Ihiana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out. The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
Cave Kikitola is southwest of Okhanu. We can return to the village first, then head there on foot. There you are, Crow. Southwest of here, was it? Let us be on our way. Just traveling through the fields. Probably not the best idea. Luckily, it's not too far. Wait, when do I get my next ability? Or is there not one? Really? That's it? Yeah, everything else is like passives. I get Ouroboros. Ah, got it. Cave Kikitola, as promised, home of many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own research out here. You can spot raw Abokiksa by its green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. I shall scour the inside of the cave then. You take first the west half and I'll search east. I assume it just bends around. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty. It's a current! Haha! Found my first one. I actually do need to look and see how many there are. Because I almost wonder, do we come back here? Alright, so here's one. over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. Did you have any luck? Did you have better luck inside the cave? Yes, we did. This is it. Along with Krau's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. The stones you've brought shine very brightly. Thank you both. Are we gonna fast travel back to the village? Or are we walking back? He would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be a festival leader for this year's Ihihana, but when the big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. Oh. That's why you agreed to Wuklamat's Crest, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me, and I will walk it for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companions are procuring the other materials as we speak. Everything will come together, and the Hanu will host a splendid, uplifting festival. That we shall. With that, let us return and deliver the Abokiksa into Luke Evu's waiting hands. This is actually a really cool design. What's with this pole? Thanks to the third's promise and her mighty swings, we've collected some suitable logs of Uyuipo. What about the Abakiksa? Here you go. No, not Link. Yes, these are excellent samples and good quality too. At this stage, you'll likely surmise that the lifting wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes as planned, the result should be spectacular. Now to get work crafting these pieces for the float. I could use an assistant versed in arcane arts to enhance the Uyupio, the conductivity. Then I'll be delighted to help. Everyone else should be heading back to Akhanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is completed. is a trial in and of itself. At first, Rukevu criticized everything I did. Then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill of the third promise and must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head into the Uyuyo tree. The tree. I told him not to worry about it again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen the poles in the new eye. Now we just have to wait for the feathers from the twins. Oh, not you. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there by the float, isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the Feast of Reeds by reviving Ihihanu. Hana. The festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save her harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Akhanu altogether. Maybe we asked too much of the young claimants. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Kona out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering about by the reeds, somewhat about what needs be done. So, is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another one of his innovations firsthand. Huh? Sounds like Arcona. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Wins Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feather sailing for miles. We had to turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Envil's twirling in the wind for a moment before landing at his foot. I'm a gleaner. Magic's not part of our training. As for us, we brought the wood gemstone replacements crafted by Rukevu. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remembered being surprised they could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider is usually a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? You. Our beloved Ihihana, the lifting of wings, is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus, I do nominate you, Muklamat, as our guest of honor. Me? This boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Midway anchor, I can hardly refuse requests from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Clement. I've rolled goes for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kozan Naoki, where the sacred likeness of Kizai is ensconced. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit until Wook Avu is finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much of a fighter. I'll stay behind, assist Wook Avu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the stride of the sun. Then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Clearing. As Linu Hanu said, Kozan Nuaki should be down this way, then off to the east where the path branches, then something about bridges and the stride of the sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've culled all the threads you can find, let's meet in front of the Kizaihi. Some white creature. I'm like, what am I gonna have to fight now? No, this is the structure that they were talking about. Ah, you're a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of Kizaihi. The Hanu deity of the harvest. Makes you appreciate how much their culture revolves around the reeds harvest, doesn't it? It said that Kizaihi was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tural by the first Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent. Perhaps the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linu Hanu? He'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Right. I need to ride on the float. I run ahead and tell him we're done here. Without words. Alright, where's our plotting? Yep, where's our plotter? Because I knew he was going to do something.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
I put everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you'd like.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts. Lucky for you. Eh?
Two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
It's Mamuk.
Talk to us, third promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against the two-head, I may as well not have been there at all. Nonsense, you stood your ground and bought us the time we needed to make it back. You were incredibly brave. With all the exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Ihihana will be held after all. Go forth and do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Oho Kali. See? I remember. I'll type that out probably. Maybe. Alright, where to first? Oho Kali. The festival's about to begin. What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. I wonder what fruit that is. Float is fixed. Our fallen friends will be glad to know that Ihihana will soon be underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not their loss deter us from it. I must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. The festival begin. The Hanu were pleased to hear the festival was going ahead, I imagine. Well, that is well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
I could get used to this.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promised would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Golol Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozaduaki!
And now we burn this effigy and start anew. What's missing? What's happening? Why am I worried?
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
Okay, I'm just paranoid. Got it.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy. Kishaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Oh, wow.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing. To think that such a thing was even possible.
Okay, that was cool. Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by Festival fever. Last time I saw it, they were taking turns at carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please, feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to
That
fear
was
on
the
that
feat.
account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater. But today's events remind us of the power in tradition.
Kona!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
No, it needs both.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Okay, now I know who hired
Your
Thagrid
approach was
and
no less
Orielje.
effective, Wuklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
So this is what they look like.
Go on, set it in the tablet.
A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
The third promise? You must join us for Ikikana next season. As Dawn Servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
My journey's just started and already I've met so many wonderful people. Luke Avu, for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. And Linu Hanu has warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come, let's head back to Exbalyav Tai? Yeah, these names are gonna be the death of me. Like, I'll have to hear them a few times to know exactly. Oh, you're all the way to Tuliyalal. Okay, well, in that case, I think we're just gonna end it here. Because she's all the way at Tuliyalal, and I have a few things I need to do here. So, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching when this gets released on YouTube. Until then, be good to yourself, be good to others, and of course, take care of each other. Laters.